Welcome back to Living Life in Arizona. Are you wondering how to get the best possible deal in a buyer's market here in Arizona? Well, today we're going to go over 10 points on how you could secure the best possible deal here in a buyer's market in Arizona. So let's go. But before we start, I'm shot missing my wife, Betty, today on this video. We are a husband and wife real estate team here in the Phoenix metro area. If you are looking to relocate or buy or sell a house here in Arizona, reach out to us. We would love to help you out. All our information is below. You could call, text, or set up a 15-minute Zoom call. We'd love to hear from you. All right, so let's get started. And I know this topic may seem like, well, it's a buyer's market. It's easy to buy a house, right? And a lot of times buyers make the mistake of just going super low offers on properties and really not getting anything, right? So today I'm going to help you guys, and we're going to go over 10 key points on how to secure the best deals here in a buyer's market in Arizona. Today is April 1st, so this video will come out in a week or so. So all this stuff it's April 1st, 2025. So if you're watching this later on and the market does turn, I'm sure there'll be a new video that comes out to help you in that current market. So let's start with the 10 best ways to really understand and to really get the best deal. Let's start with number one. Number one is understanding the actual market right now. So I have done previous videos in the past. So go back and take a look to see what, we've talked about as far as what's going on in the market. But knowing the market will really help you out, right? Because a lot of buyers make the mistake, like I said before, of just, let's say the house is listed at 500. Hey, let's offer 350. Let's offer 400. That doesn't really work, right? And then you just really don't get a response, and then you don't get any house, right? So let's go back. Let's understand the data. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up some stuff. Some of these things we've gone over, but obviously every week, every day, it's different. So let's start with. Let me pull this up. Here we go. Okay. So let's look at real quick what's going on right now. We have about 29,000 active listings. That's the most, as we could see. Oops, hang on. What is going on? Let me get my pen. Okay. As we could see, active listings, they have gone up, right? So it started at 17,000 2 years ago, and it's just crept up, right? But we knew this was coming because we were at all-time lows with active listings. So this is not really like a telltale sign. Active listings, let's see, pending listings. Pending listings were at 5,200. Again, 2 years ago, we were at 5,700. So we're a bit lower, obviously, especially if you average out the active listings. Listings under contract. I mean, if you add them both together, it's still probably, a little bit below. Okay. Sales per month, which is another good one, right? 6,400. 2 years ago, we were at 7,600. Days on market that sell, right? 2 years ago, 76. We're at 78. So really not much movement. Same with days on market that are active, 85. It's down from 89. So that's good. Let's look at months of supply. So months of supply means if no more homes get listed on the market, all the current homes will sell within the X amount of months. So this one's 3.9 months. 2 years ago, we were at 1.8. We were in really low inventory. That was right. Like we were coming off that COVID crazy market. So typically it should be between 3 to 6 months. So we're not really that far off. We do have a lot of listings, a good amount. I think we have healthy listings. It's just not a lot of demand. Let's see what else. Okay. I think we are good there. Let's get rid of this. Oh, here we go. Okay. Now let's hit some other data points to really understand what's going on. Again, I've shown you guys this in the past. Okay. So this is the Crawford Market Index. Anything over 110 is a seller's market. Anything 90 to 100, I'm sorry, is a balanced market. Anything over 100 is a seller's market. And then everything below is a buyer's market, right? So technically, and we're going to get into this in a little bit here, but I wanted to show you guys this just so you guys could see the cities that are really rocking. So as you can see, Chandler is still top of the list, that's really just a crazy market right now, right? But I wanted to show you guys this. Okay, let's see. This is year over year increase in pricing in the market, right? So right now, Phoenix is number 16th, which, it's a little bit low, lower than we'd like to be, but we're still seeing 2.7% appreciation year over year. That's not too bad, right? Like we are, I want to see, we've kind of went up a little bit. So we're not seeing a downward spiral. We're seeing it kind of like stay within that range. So again, that's just telling me like, we're doing all right, right? Yeah, we're not seeing a sharp decline. We're not seeing a sharp increase. We're just kind of seeing it flat, which to me is showing that we are in a good buyer's market. So let's keep going. Okay, so this is the Cromford Index. So let's look at the supply right here index. Oops, I'm gonna get my pen. So the supply index shows we're at a 101. So we have good supply, right? So the supply is not the problem. We're not super low. We're not super high. It is balanced, right? Now the market index, right? We're at an average of 80, right? 79.7. This red buyer's market, balanced market, and this is sellers. So we're in a buyer's market, right? And then demand, we are pretty like, we're hovering between balance and really low demand, right? Obviously anything over 110, you are in a high demand market. So we're not super low, but the demand is low. Supply is good. The market index, we're right at that buyer's market. So that's why I wanted to show you guys some of the data points so we know what's going on in the market, that we know like, okay, it's a buyer's market. It's not an insane buyer's market where we're like, oh my God, what is happening, right? But it shows we are in that really sweet spot, I think, right, for buyers. All right, so that's number one. Number two, okay? Number two is be patient and take your time. So yeah, you want to take your time and really take your time shopping, right? Not saying months, because by then you're just going to kind of get worn out, but take your few weeks, right? And really, get out there and see what there is and sleep on the 2-3 that you like and make an offer. Now, why I say be patient and take your time, this is a big tip for you guys. Now, don't do this on my listings, guys, but typically watch for price drops, right? Typically, agents within the first 2 to 3 weeks, if they don't get an offer, they will try to reduce the price, right? Not every instance, but I would say 60-70% of agents will do that case by case with me. I don't do that all the time, so don't come at me at my listings. So if you're at that like 2-week range that the house has been on the market, just wait a little bit. Obviously have your agent call me. I will call the listing agent and say if they have any activities or anyone interested. So if they don't really have anyone that's putting in an offer, be patient and you'll, hopefully they'll reduce the price and then you could try to get a little bit more. We're going to talk about that here in a second. Number three, use leverage to negotiate your deals, right? I'm going to talk a little bit about repairs in a little bit, but some things that are leverage, right? If the house has been on the market for over 40, 50, 60, 70 days, obviously that's leverage, right? If the sellers have already bought their house or they're planning on moving out of state, that's leverage. If you do your home, like you're under contract and you're doing your home inspection, we're going to talk about this and it's a major issue, that's leverage, because if they don't fix it with you, they're going to have to do it with another potential buyer, right? So that's number three, find leverage. That is something I try to do really well on the first few calls with the other side of the, either whether it's whatever side I'm representing. If I'm representing my seller, I'm trying to get leverage with the buyers. If I'm representing the buyers, I'm trying to get leverage with the sellers. So use leverage to get a better deal, right? Number four, get pre-approved for a mortgage before you go shopping. Now, all the stuff I'm saying is, hey, take your time and all that stuff. The mistake that we've seen is not getting pre-approved for a mortgage before you go out shopping. So what happens is a lot of buyers like to see what's out there before they talk to the lender. But what we've noticed is if you don't talk to the lender and get approved, a couple things may happen. One, you may have stuff on your credit that you did not know from years ago that could be affecting, your purchase, right? Like for our instance, I think when we were buying our first house 10 years before, 6-7 years before, I had like a $15 bill from a toll that for some reason my Easy Pass didn't at the toll booth didn't pick up. So I get hit with a ticket, but I never knew about it. And it was like it was like an $8 toll and I never saw it and it never got paid, and it was on my credit or whatever. So or was it Betty's or something, one of ours, and we had to pay it and then wait for it to come off. So that delayed our home buying process. So if you see a home you like and you didn't get pre-approved yet and you want to you make an offer, you don't have that approval, because no seller will approve an offer without a pre-qualification or proof of funds if it's a cash offer. So get that pre-approval and get out there to shop. So that's one part where you may have something on your credit. The other part is you may think you're going to qualify for a certain amount, but due to certain reasons or whatever, it may be lower than what you expected. So definitely talk to your mortgage professional before you go out shopping. And if you need recommendations here in Arizona, reach out to me. We got a great team that we work with. Number 5, take advantage of lower competition. Okay. So we looked at the demand index, which we're like at 80.6, where a seller's market is 110. So we're in a buyer's market. The demand is low, right? So take advantage of it, right? You're not going to get caught in a bidding war, more than likely. Now, it has happened on some of my listings. There's been some bidding wars, right? So it really depends to know the area, know the market, because every sub-market is different, right? So take advantage, explore more homes, explore more options. It's not the same kind of like crazy market where we have to go, oh my God, let's put an offer on this house right now. Now, taking too long is also not good, because you will end up just be in shop mode and never get anything. Because I've seen that happen to clients for 2 years. They're just shopping and nothing gets done, right? So if you need a house, take the proper steps and let's make it happen. Number 6, make a strong offer, but don't overpay. But don't also come super low, okay? I know that's kind of like a weird title, but the mistakes people make is they try to go too low on an offer, right? Like I said, the house listed at $500,000. Oh, let's offer $350,000, $400,000. At that point, you're just not going to get a response. And if it's a house you actually like, if you could come back with a better offer, they're just going to be like, oh, you're wasting our time, right? So I would highly, highly recommend making a real strong competitive offer. That doesn't mean full price, right? That means it could be a little bit off the list price with asking concessions, right? Concessions, which, are we going to talk about that? Let's see. Or should we talk about that right now? Let's see. Yeah, let's talk about it right now. You could make a strong offer have the sellers to pay concessions to you as the buyer, which you can use that towards your closing costs, to buy down your interest rate, whatever that looks like for you. There's different ways to structure an offer to make it good for the sellers, but also really, really advantageous to you as the buyer. So guys, if you guys, have any questions or need any help, want any data like market update, I know one of my client friends, he watched one of my videos, Keith, and he reached out with some questions on certain data points, right? Guys, feel free to reach out. All our information is here, whether you want to shoot us a text, call, or email, let us know and we'll get that information to you guys. So don't go too low, but also you don't need to pay market value, but it does depend on the sub-market you're in. So let us know. We'll help you out with that. Number 7, get an inspection, right? Obviously, 90% of buyers get a home inspection, but what you could do is use that home inspection to your advantage when you are under contract with that seller and stuff comes up on the inspection report. That is another opportunity to negotiate with the sellers to either get more money off the house, for them to fix any of the issues that came up, or to give you more concessions, closing costs, whatever that looks like. Now, I am not in the boat, because I think everyone should be somewhat fair in what they're doing, right? In the sense of like, if there's an outlet missing, oh my God, we need $10,000 off. No, there is within reason, right? But if I'm a really strong negotiator, right? But when it comes to negotiating, you have to have something, right? You can't just make stuff up, right? That doesn't make you a strong negotiator. That just makes you kind of full of crap, right? And no one's really the deal's never gonna get done, right? My job is to get the house for my clients and get them the best possible deal that they could get, right? And with doing that, the inspection is a really, really solid way to get stuff done for my buyers. Number 8, contingencies. During COVID, a lot of contingencies were waived, right? And I had one of my agents actually reach out to me, because she was like calling me and she's like, hey, I just put an offer on a property and they want us to make the earnest money non-refundable. And I was like, what? Like, I'm like, do they have any other offers? She's like, no. And I was like, this is not COVID. Like, a lot of people were doing that during COVID, but right now we don't have to. So include your contingencies, whether it's finance, inspection, appraisal contingency that protects you as the buyer. Keep those contingencies. And always don't be afraid to walk away. This is one thing with negotiations, trying to secure the best deal. Don't be afraid to walk away. Now, if it is the house in the neighborhood, in the school zone that you want, obviously you might not want to walk away if houses are not really readily available in that market. That's a different story. So I'm not saying like, oh, walk away from every deal, because if it's the house you want, let's go get it. But if the sellers are being unreasonable, you just can't be afraid to walk away. Number 9, consider new construction homes, right? They are sellers just like the regular homes on the market. They want to get the property sold. So that's new builds have a lot more flexibility since they're trying to sell a lot of homes, they're going to be a little bit more incentivized to give more stuff. Because we had one of the comments actually asked, like, hey, can you negotiate price with a builder? And sometimes. So thank you. I forgot who made that comment, but thank you. That was a great question. Sometimes with the price, but where you can negotiate is incentives, right? Like get more incentives. You could negotiate terms. You can negotiate for appliances. You can negotiate for upgrades and options. You can negotiate lot premiums. So even price. So there's ways. It just depends on the builder, what kind of house it is. Is it you got to build it from scratch? Is it a home that's already ready? Those kind of things. Obviously, guys, if you do have questions on that with new construction homes, they're very hard, like they could be hard to find. Reach out to us. Our information is below. We'd love to get you a list of new builds and their incentives because they change often. So if you guys have specific ones, Betty and I, we do have a lot of contacts in new construction with the agent, so we could kind of get that info for you. So let us know. So yes, new builds are a great option in a buyer's market. So that is one where you can really get some good stuff, guys. We've helped our clients get some really cool stuff the last few months. So let us know and we could help you get that as well. So number 10, last one. This one is how to get the best deal in a buyer's market. Work with a knowledgeable realtor, right? It's kind of common sense, but it's kind of not, right? Because we've noticed, like I've been in real estate for the past 8 years, and a lot of times, right, everyone knows everyone that's a realtor, especially here in Arizona. We are one of the most saturated markets as far as real estate agents. What that means though is a lot of people do this kind of part-time, me as a a lot of great agents out there here in Arizona. And we notice this when we're dealing, if I have a listing or if I'm representing the buyer and the other agent just doesn't answer all day, that's probably because they're working another job, right? Which, no disrespect, but when we're working, we want to get stuff done fast, and speed is very important to me and to my clients. So working with somebody who has a pulse on the market, who's in it every day, super important for the buyers and sellers, whatever you're looking at, because everyone here knows a realtor. Everyone's brother's friend's sister is a realtor, right? And if you just go off of that, and yes, it's a buyer's market and you'll get a potential deal, but to get the best possible deal, you want to work with the best realtors. I'm not saying me and Betty are the best realtors, but we are the best realtors, right? And I feel we do help our clients get really good deals on the buy and sell side. We stand firm, right? We're really good to work with. Agents like working with us, which is another good thing, because I've secured deals in multiple offer situations because the realtor, the listing agent, knew me and knew how I work. So there was another offer that was actually one of my clients in Chandler. We bought their house. They had an offer for $5,000 more than what we were offering, but it was my client's highest and best. But the realtor, advised their sellers, hey, we should work with Sean because I've worked with him. I know his reputation. The deal's going to get done, because guess what, guys? Sellers at the end of the day want the deal to close. And, we're seeing a lot of cancellations with escrows. So listing agents like myself, when I list properties, I want a deal my sellers want a deal that's going to get to the finish line. So in that particular case, the listing agent knew, hey, because he asked me straight up, he's like, hey, are your buyers going to buy this house? Are they going to go to the finish line? And I was like, yes. I talked to my clients. They love this house. So we ended up getting the house for $5,000 less because of that relationship. So real estate with good agents is a very small market, and it's a small group. So it is important to work with a good realtor to get you guys the best possible deal, whether you're buying or selling, because selling, that's protecting your equity right there. So you want someone that's protecting your equity at all costs. Well, guys, that was my list of 10. Please let me know what you guys think. I know that went a little bit longer than expected, but in a buyer's market, a lot of people think, oh, just throw in crazy off, like low offers and we'll get the best possible deal. No, there's a process to this, and there's some ways to really get some good deals for you guys. So if it is something you guys are interested in, whether you're relocating to Arizona or you're here and you're looking to buy or sell, reach out to us, guys. We would love to help you out. We get emails from you guys kind of pretty much daily now, and we love it. So please reach out to us. Our information is below. You could call, text, shoot us an email, or set up a 15-minute Zoom call with us. We would love to help you out and answer any questions you have about the Arizona market. So thank you, guys. We'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.